guys, and as usual, welcome to another kit review. So today, as you can see, we're having a look at a kit from Tamiya. It's in 1/35th scale and it is Tamiya's Marder III tank destroyer. This particular kit is kit number 89751. It came out in 2008 and it includes 4 figures. These 4 figures that you see in the front here from ICM. The ICM kit number for the figures is 35211. They came out in 2005. You also get the 2 normal crew members that you would get with this Marder III. So overall you get 6 figures. So this is an early version Marder III. This one is mounting the 7.62 centimeter Pak 36, which is basically a captured Russian 7.62 centimeter anti-tank gun that has been rechambered to suit the much more powerful Pak 40 anti-tank round. So these particular vehicles were used as defensive or ambush vehicles. They were not offensive vehicles because with that open back here fighting compartment, the crew would be slaughtered by any kind of infantry. They were definitely not for use in built-up areas. Too easy to throw a grenade or anything into the back here and kill a crew. That's it. So let's have a look at the rest of the box. On the side you'll see this one here is in overall Panzer Grey. This one is, as you can see, 7th Panzer Division, 42nd Panzer Jager Battalion, Russia 1942. You get a photo of the actual kit with the figures just like the box art. On the other side you've got a 3-tone Marder III, and this one of course is in dark yellow with olive green, red brown striping. This one is also the same unit, 7th Panzer Division, 42nd Panzer Jager Battalion, only this is Russia 1944. So really nice box art. This one I picked up in a job lot, cost me $100 for 5 kits, all Tamiya kits. One I've already done a review on. It is the initial production Tiger 1 Africa Corps. So now I've got another Tiger, which is good because you can never have enough Tigers in your stash. That's a definite. So let's have a look and see what's in the box. Final tracks. First bag out is your main body parts, as you can see, and it is a multi-piece hull, not just a box hull, but the bottom, sides. Next one out is your gun, as you can see by the gun shields, the barrel, etc., and your Tamiya figures. The running gear, wheels, etc. So these Marder IIIs were based on obsolete Czech 38T chassis, which is why you see these type of wheels. And then you've got your ICM figures, as you can see, in a separate bag. And I do believe they do come with separate instructions. Yes, they do. So this is your separate assembly instructions for the ICM, and a very thick and stapled, I believe, Tamiya instructions, and of course the decal sheet. Okay, so in a second we'll have a good look at the instructions and the decal sheet and then carry on. So let's have a look at the instructions. We'll put the decals aside, and the first thing we'll have a look at is just this single sheet. These are your assembly instructions for the ICM figures. The color callouts are all Tamiya colors, so that is a fairly straightforward build for these 4 figures. They are a maintenance crew, so that's what they're supposed to be doing, is fixing, adjusting the Marder. The Marder instructions themselves, of course, 4 different languages with a brief history of the Marder III, how it came into being, what its purpose was in English, German, French and Japanese. Overleaf. All your colours are Tamiya, of course, standard Tamiya kit. And you'll notice it isn't a tub hull. It is actually made up of 7 different pieces. So you shouldn't have a problem with it. It is a Tamiya kit. It will fit together quite well and be quite an easy build, I think, despite the fact it's not your usual Tamiya tub. Then you've got your wheels going on. These are your, I was going to say side skirts, but they're actually your mudguards, etc. The front machine gun. Note you don't glue that machine gun. Your main running wheels, your drive sprockets, and they do get a polycap. These are the only wheels that get a polycap that actually rotate. Everything else is just glued onto the chassis, so not much you can do about that. If you don't use a polycap, these wheels will be way too loose. Then you've got how to put your tracks together, accessories going on like spades, etc. Here you've just got your boxes, jack, it's things like that going together. Your accessories for the hull, they're going on. Then you've got your no-tech light going on. This is the upper hull, just showing you this section here, this one piece that needs to fit in there so it all fits together properly. Overleaf. You've got interior parts going on, so these of course are your ammo storage, fixings, etc. Side armors going on. These here is your exhaust and shell racks. This is your rear basket section, which is really nicely done. More interior sections. These are your shell containers, etc. going into the interior. These are your gunners seats. Then you've got the seats going in, all the other fittings going on the outside. And then we get to the actual 7.62 centimeter gun itself. 2-part barrel, so you will have a seam down the middle that you'll need to clean up. It does slide, so you need to be aware of that when you're putting it together, so it can slide backwards and forwards. So you can show it into recoil position if you want to. Here you've just got, it says carriage, it's just bits and pieces. It's actually the sides of the gun and your handles, etc. going on. It does elevate. Gun shield going on. There are fittings on the gun shield, including middle boxes, gas mask containers, etc. So a really nice interior detail on this Marder. Then you've got just the final parts. I was going to say grab rail, but it is basically a grab rail. Goes over the top here. And then the whole gun fitting turret goes into the bottom hull. And then if you want, you can have it as the gun lock up, and this is the gun travel lock. So a lot of tanks, including Tigers, had some sort of locking mechanism to stop the gun from bouncing around as they're traveling across country. The Tiger actually was locked inside the turret, had a section above the main breech, etc., where they actually locked it solid. Overleaf. These are your Tamiya crew, and it just shows you how they fit into the back, so they're actually looking backwards. And it does give you tech tips how to paint the figures. So that's a handy guide for anyone who needs a little help painting figures. They're not always easy to paint figures. And then overleaf, you've got Tamiya colors and your markings guide. So you have markings for 5 Marder IIIs. So one of them is North Africa, which is this one here. And the other 4 are from 1942 to 1944 in Russia. So you do have quite a selection of markings and usage, I should say. There's the last one. So this is Russia, autumn 1942. And that's the instructions. So let's have a look at the decals. So here are your decals. I'll hold it still so you can have a look at it. Copyright 2001. This one here, Haida, is a Russian Marder III. It does have divisional and tactical markings, usual crosses, etc. So really nice, nicely done decals. And I'll give you a still of that so you can have a really good look. And then we'll move on to the sprues. So let's have a look at the sprues, and we'll start off with the track and the polycaps because these are actually important. So the tracks are really nice, flexible. As you can tell, they are quite thin because this chassis for the Marder III is a Czech 38T chassis. Really nicely done though. I do like those tracks. And the polycaps, you get 2 sets. So you get large ones and small ones. So 2 of these are for the drive sprocket, and the large one is mounted in the hull. This is where the actual gun fits when it's all finally assembled. It will just fit straight into the polycap so that it can swivel, whatever. So it's important you don't leave this one out, or these, because like I said, if you leave the polycaps out of the drive sprockets, they'll be too loose and they probably won't glue in the right position. All right, so let's have a look at the next sprue. The first main sprue we'll look at is, of course, as you can see, the hull. So it is a multi-piece hull, but really nice detail. These are your mudguards, front and rear, sides, of course, bottom. This is the top section. So let's have a look at the detail though. Really nice bolt detail on that. Don't worry about the plastic flow that you can see. You won't notice that once it's been painted. These are the sides. This is the side of the lower hull. Really nice detail, very sharp. The upper, that's a mounting point for the gun. Of course, that's the front of the Marder where the machine gun goes through, and the back section. So beautiful detail. Let's see. This is the inside side armor. Again, really sharp, really nice. So depending on what area you're going to build this for Russia or Africa, depending on the wash you use, these bolts, etc., will come out really nice. They should really pop. I do like that. So naturally enough, I'll give you stills of all these so you can have a really good look. The next sprue is this one. as you can see, this is your 7.62 centimeter anti-tank gun, 2-part barrel. Gun shields, these are the main swivel points frame. Really nice detail. That's the grab handle up the top there. All the other fittings, the slide, etc. So let's have a close look. Again, really nice bolt detail. Turn it around so you can have a really nice look at that. And on the back again, really nice detail. Turn around that way so you can see it better. So as you can see, that is your main frame for the gun. That's the gun itself, the gun barrel I should say. So quite nice and sharp, and it looks very straight. So I can't see any problems with that. Main gun slide and recoil mechanism. And these are all your fittings for the sides, your traverse wheels, etc. Very nicely done. Very nicely done. Alright, so you'll have some shots of this one. The next brew is your interior detailing and your exterior detailing, I should say. So this is your rear basket and the sides. Your 2 Tamiya crew. These of course are your ammo holders, ammo boxes, and fittings for the outside like spades, wire cutters, MP40, MP40, getting carried away there, MP40 in its bracket. So let's have a look, actually let's have a look at the crew first, and I'll turn these guys around so you can have a look at their faces. Really nice faces. I do like the detail on the uniforms. This guy has Iron Cross and tank assault badge, I would say. There's the basket. A little bit of careful detail around, cleanup I should say, around the mold line on that basket, I think. It shouldn't be too bad. These are the interior fittings. That of course is your barrel clamp. There's your ammunition holders, hooks. I do love the detail, it's very nice. I love this. This is your cleaning rod, and very pointy on the end. You get an axe, hammer. There's your MP40 in its bracket. Really nice, and I do love the holes that Tamiya's put through these. It takes a lot to put those into a mold precisely where you want them to be, so that's a really good build. Alright, so that's your Tamiya figures and the interior exterior details. Next up, we've got two sprues exactly the same, so I'll put this one aside. And as you can see, these are your road wheels, drive sprockets, suspension, spare track links, and expended shells and live shells. So let's have a look at the wheels. So that's nice detail on the wheels. Your suspension, let's have a look. There's your leaf spring suspension. Nice detail on the outside of the wheels. And the inside, by the way, which is that side. Spare track. That's your whole machine gun. Back of a seat. Shells. Suspension and extras. There are periscopes. Turn it around so you can see whole periscopes for the Marder. So really nice detail. Like I said, you do get two of these, of course, for all the wheels, etc. on the Marder. And the last sprue is this one. This is your ICM maintenance crew figures. So as you can see, 4 figures. Let's have a look at the faces. Really nice faces on these guys. Really well done. Turn these guys around so you can have a look at them. See? Really sharp, good looking faces. Nice detail on the uniforms. Separate cap for the NCO guiding the work. But do like those, very sharp, and not a lot of cleanup required along the mold lines on these figures. So that I do like. That is that's nice when there's not much cleanup required on a figure. Makes your job that much easier. And there you have it, guys. That is Tamiya's Marder III tank destroyer with ICM German tank maintenance crew. Kit number 89751. Came out in 2008. Now I don't think this one is available as it is. You can still get the Marder III by itself, but not in combination with the ICM figures. So if you can pick one of these up, that's not a bad pickup. You do get basically 2 kits for the price of 1. So as I said, that brings us to the end of this review. Hope you've enjoyed it. As usual, guys, thank you for your likes, your comments and subscriptions. They are really appreciated. And as usual, until next time, stay safe, take it easy, and I will see you later.